The Oscar nominations have been announced. We are finally in the last month or so of Oscar season, and the nominations were announced yesterday morning, and I am just going to go through all of the nominations, kind of give my take on each, and then go over kind of the winners, the losers, and the snubs and surprises overall, and just give my take on everything. This is one of my favorite times of the year. Oscar season, love it. We'll start with best makeup and hairstyling right here, as you can see. A Different Man, Emilia Perez, Nosferatu, The Substance, and Wicked. Shout out to A Different Man for getting in, one of my favorite movies of the year. And Nosferatu getting there makes me very happy. The Substance in there makes me very happy. Wicked, not surprised. Emilia Perez, unfortunately, not surprised either. We're gonna be seeing a lot of Emilia Perez in this. Just have to give a fair warning. Visual effects, Alien Romulus was a surprise nomination. I'm happy with that. Better Man, a movie that nobody in my country has seen, but I hear is quite good, and the monkey looks pretty good, so I'll give him that. Doom Part 2, fantastic. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, of course, and Wicked once again. Did we really need to put Wicked in Best Visual Effects? I don't think so. Surprise snub for Deadpool and Wolverine here. Marvel usually gets a visual effects nomination. Most of their movies, I do believe, have some type of below the line nomination, but this time not so much. Best sound, A Complete Unknown, Dune Part 2, Emilia Perez, Wicked, and The Wild Robot getting in there makes me happy. Again, Wicked I'm fine with in this category because I think the movie does sound very good. Emilia Perez, I just don't really want to. Don't want to deal with it. Dune Part 2. Thank God Dune is at least getting these below-the-line craft nominations. And A Complete Unknown showing up in a lot of more spots than I thought is proving how strong this movie actually is with the Academy. Best Original Song. This is one of the worst lineups for Best Original Song that I've seen in years. I don't even know the Elton John song, El Mal, which again is from Emilia Perez, so who cares? Mi Camino, I don't even know what song that was in the movie, so couldn't tell you. Like a Bird from Sing Sing, that would be my pick, truthfully. And The Journey from the 688, which that movie was not very good either. But of course, Diane Warren, you got to give her a nomination, right? I would pick Like a Bird here. I don't really care about Best Original Song because it's not like a movie award. It's a song award. So I have no opinion here other than, of course, we have to see Emilia Perez twice. Best Original Score, The Brutalist, Conclave, Emilia Perez, Wicked, and The Wild Robot. This category I'm very upset with. I, like everyone else, thought like you have to give Reznor and Ross something here for challengers. You gotta nominate them. They won the Golden Globe and snubbed. No original score nom here. So that's ridiculous because it's easily the best score of the year. There's the whole Hans Zimmer Doom Part 2 thing where he wasn't even eligible because of it being a sequel or whatever. I don't know. God, I hope The Brutalist wins this. The Brutalist score is awesome. It certainly deserves the win here out of the 5. I wouldn't be mad at The Wild Robot. Conclave, I can't really remember the score, to be honest, so maybe that's a hit against it. The two that, like, Emilia Perez and Wicked, these are musicals. No one remembers the scores to these movies. Emilia Perez aside, how bad that movie is. I don't even remember the songs, but, like, I certainly don't remember the score. And the same goes for Wicked, where, I mean, that movie's all songs from the musical. So, like, what's even the score? Does anyone remember the score for Wicked? Having both of those in original scores is a bummer. I'm not gonna lie. There are way more deserving movies, including challengers. Obviously, come on. Production design, The Brutalist, Conclave, Doom Part 2, Nosferatu, and Wicked. I'm fine with all 5 of those, to be honest. Even Wicked, believe it or not, a movie that I do like. But the production design on Wicked was good, but the visual effects is what lost me. Again, happy for Nosferatu getting some craft nominations here. I certainly hope that Doom Part 2 takes most of these craft categories. But I don't know. I can see The Brutalist taking a couple if they want to reward Conclave somewhere. I could see it being kind of like here, or maybe even Wicked right here, because I don't know where some of these other movies are going to win awards. So if they wanted to kind of spread the love, production design could be an interesting one. Editing, Anora, The Brutalist, Conclave, Emilia Perez, and Wicked. Yeah, I guess. I mean, if we're being honest, is this like the top 5 for Best Picture? Probably. I think so. Maybe A Complete Unknown as well, but this is probably the 5 strongest Best Picture candidates, I would say. Again, Emilia Perez and Wicked are in there. Emilia Perez in particular is just quite an insult to everyone, but alas. Good for Sean Baker. Man, I hope Anora does well. I really hope Anora doesn't get blanked at the Oscars. Best costume design, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Gladiator 2, Nosferatu, and Wicked. I'm happy with this list. I'm a little shocked Dune Part 2 didn't get in there. I assume Gladiator kind of took its spot, but I'm happy with these 5 nominations. All the costumes in these movies are pretty spot on in terms of historical relevancy or, matching the adaptation that they're coming from. So no complaints there. The Complete Unknown one, again, I think it signals some strength from A Complete Unknown. Cinematography, The Brutalist, Dune Part 2, Emilia Perez, Maria, and Nosferatu. Again, it's not the worst list ever, but happy for Dune Part 2. Happy for Greg Fraser. Totally deserved. I'm surprised that he got this nomination. But again, Emilia Perez, I just know, what are we doing? What are we doing with Emilia Perez? And Maria, again, another weird surprise nomination for, I forget the name of the director who directed El Conde off the top of my head, but his cinematographer, Edward Lockman, gets another nomination kind of out of nowhere. Maria was not a movie I particularly enjoyed. It's a good-looking movie, so I guess I can't argue too much with the cinematography nominee, but I would have just rather it gone somewhere else. Animated feature, I haven't seen all of these, but Flow, Inside Out 2, Memoir of a Snail, Wallace and Gromit, and The Wild Robot. I've actually, only Memoir of a Snail is the one I haven't seen. I don't know any other animated movies that would have even been competing in this category, so I'm happy with the 5. I certainly hope either Flow or The Wild Robot wins, and I think it's probably going to be Flow. But it could be The Wild Robot too, actually. Either one of those would be totally happy. Just don't give it to Inside Out 2. That's boring. Documentary, I apologize. I have not seen any of the documentaries, so I will not comment. Best international feature, I have only seen, as of today, Emilia Perez and Flow, See the Sacred Fig, and I'm Still Here, and The Girl with the Needle is just not available to see in any way currently in the United States, as far as I'm aware. So we'll get there when we get there. Adapted screenplay, good category, really good stuff. Complete Unknown, Conclave, Emilia Perez, Nickel Boys, and Sing Sing getting in. Both Nickel Boys and Sing Sing getting in this category makes me very happy. Emilia Perez taking up a spot that could have been for any other movie in the freaking world makes me very sad. But again, the Complete Unknown nomination, I think, is telling of some strength of that movie. Original screenplay, no surprise here to me. Anora, The Brutalist, Real Pain, September 5, and The Substance. Weird that September 5 gets 1 nomination and it is only in screenplay. And A Real Pain getting in here, whatever. A Real Pain is a totally fine movie, but it does not need to be taking up any spaces of this awards. Shout out to The Substance, showing some strength. Best Supporting Actor, Yura Borisov for Anora, thank God. Kieran Culkin, A Real Pain, Edward Norton, Guy Pearce, and Jeremy Strong for The Apprentice. Some surprises here. I guess the Jeremy Strong one kind of shocked me. I'm happy Yura Borisov is the actor from Anora that's getting the recognition. This one is not even close. Obviously, Kieran Culkin's winning this. He's been winning it for months. And that's a bummer because probably out of these 5, he's the weakest one in my opinion because he's just kind of doing his Kieran Culkin thing, which is fine, but it's fine. Like, it's just fine. In a fine movie, too. Supporting actress, Monica Barbaro, Ariana Grande, Felicity Jones, Isabella Rossellini, and Zoe Saldana. Saldana's running away with this, I guess. She is the bright spot in Emilia Perez. Again, not a good movie, but Saldana is a good actress. I'm a fan of her. I guess I won't be upset if she wins, but like, I don't know. If I had to pick out of these five, I would pick Monica Barbaro. Isabella Rossellini is in Conclave for like 6 minutes, and she doesn't do that much, but she's good. And I think Felicity Jones is not very good in The Brutalist, and Ariana Grande is very good in Wicked. So I would rather Ariana Grande win for Wicked than Zoe Saldana, that's for sure. But alas, that will not be happening. Best Actor, Adrian Brody, Timothy Chalamet for Complete Unknown, Coleman Domingo for Sing Sing, Ray Fiennes for Conclave, and Sebastian Stan for The Apprentice. Okay, good stuff here. In terms of the race, this is a coin flip between Brody and Chalamet, in my opinion. I really hope it goes to Chalamet, even though I do love Adrian Brody, but I just want Chalamet to win an Oscar. They picked the wrong movie for Chalamet, of course. It should be for Dune Part 2. And they picked the wrong movie for Sebastian Stan. It should be A Different Man. But alas, we get what we get. Good for Ray Fiennes getting a nomination. At one point, it seemed like he was going to win. I find that to be highly unlikely now. And really happy that Coleman Domingo, amid all kind of the Sing Sing stuff, it losing out on, Jeremy Macklin losing out on Best Supporting Actor, it not getting in Best Picture. Good to see Coleman Domingo holding strong here. Best Actress, Cynthia Erivo for Wicked, Carla Sofia Gascon, Emilia Perez, Mikey Madison, Demi Moore, and Fernanda Torres. Again, I haven't seen I'm Still Here, so the Fernanda Torres one was definitely a surprise to me. Demi Moore, it seems like she's gonna win. This is less of a coin flip, but I'm not ruling out Mikey Madison. I'd say this is like a 70-30 split right now with Demi Moore in the lead. That thrills me because The Substance is awesome, and Emilia Perez is not. So don't give it to Carla Sofia Gascon. No offense to her, but not a good movie, not a good performance. Cynthia Erivo for Wicked, not surprising. Good for her. She's fine in it. Best Director, Sean Baker for Anora, Brady Corbet for The Brutalist, James Mangold, A Complete Unknown, Jacques Audiard for Emilia Perez, and Corley Fargeau, I believe is how it's pronounced, for The Substance. The Substance getting in here is so much fun. That's an awesome nomination. James Mangold is a surprise as well, I should say, which again speaks to probably the strength of A Complete Unknown. Don't give this to Jacques Audiard. Do not give it to Audiard. Give it to any one of these four that isn't him. Emilia Perez is not good. It's not a good movie. Other than that, it's a fine list of nominations. I don't know. No Denis Villeneuve for Dune Part 2, but like we saw that coming, unfortunately. And the 10 for Best Picture in alphabetical order. Anora, The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Emilia Perez, I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, The Substance, and Wicked. Out of this list, no real surprises outside of Nickel Boys and I'm Still Here, I'd say. I'm very happy Nickel Boys got in. It seemed like it was going to be one of either Nickel Boys or Sing Sing, and it seems like Nickel Boys took the spot. I'm Still Here, the Brazilian voting body of the Academy, is representing very strong here with this international feature that I have not seen because I don't think I have any way to see it, at least as of recording, but I could be wrong. I'll watch it eventually. I'm fine with this list of 10. It's what is in the lead that is worrying for me. Just not a big fan of it. All right, and now for my overall take. These Oscars were fine. I don't think this is the strongest lineup of nominees ever. If I, out of like 10, I'd give these lineups like a 6.5-ish, maybe, if I'm feeling generous. The big winners were obviously Emilia Perez and Wicked. Emilia Perez is tied for the second most Oscar nominations ever. It's tied with things like The Sound of Music and Shakespeare in Love, and I just don't really know how to feel. It was one Oscar nomination off tying the record for most nominations, and I just have yet to see anyone like this movie. I really, really do. And now it's just getting dogpiled on because people that aren't as plugged into the culture now have to go watch it and are like, what the F is this? This thing got how many nominations? I think it's 13. Wicked got 10 nominations. Again, Wicked was good, but a lot of the below the line stuff that it's getting is just not for me. I just think it's not a good looking movie overall. The two other winners I would like to point, three other winners I should say I like to point out are The Brutalist. I think also got 10 nominations. I'd say that and Emilia Perez are kind of a coin flip right now for Best Picture. God, I hope it goes to The Brutalist. And The Substance and A Complete Unknown also are showing strength in spots that, like less than a month ago, I wasn't convinced that Demi Moore would actually be the front runner for Best Actress, and that that Timothée Chalamet would be running basically coin flip 50-50 with Adrian Brody right now, because it just seemed like for a while that it was going to be Brody, and then A Complete Unknown came out and people liked it. And then Chalamet hit the kind of the campaign circuit. You know, he's doing SNL, College Game Day, yada, yada, yada. It seems like he's making himself very known. He's doing a great job at it as well. So I would call Best Actor a coin flip. The big losers, my beloved challengers, blanked at the Oscars. 0. What the heck? Not even for score. It's pathetic. Luca Guadagnino in general is a loser this Oscar race because his other movie Queer, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but Daniel Craig did not get a Best Actor nomination in that as well. Dune Part 2 is unfortunately a loser. Yes, it got Best Picture. It got its all below the line stuff. None of this is surprising at this point, sadly enough. I would love for, Chalamet to get Dune Part 2 for acting instead of A Complete Unknown, or some Javier Bardem or Zendaya to get in and supporting. But alas, we're going to have to live with, I don't know, probably a couple Dune Part 2 wins for below the line stuff and just leave it at that. We'll see you at Dune Messiah. No one's going to like it, but that's fine. Sing Sing is another big loser, unfortunately. I think losing out on the Clarence Macklin Best Supporting Actor nomination is a real blow. I'm shocked that they couldn't find a way to get that in. It did hold for screenplay, and it did hold for Coleman Domingo, but it did not get a Best Picture nomination, which I think is a shame. A24 really just butchered the release of this movie and the campaign for it as well. My biggest surprises, Sebastian Stan getting in for The Apprentice in Best Actor. I do believe they picked the wrong movie. I think A Different Man is a much superior movie and a very good performance from him. Nickel Boys and Sing Sing getting into screenplay thrills me and makes me very happy because those are fantastic adaptations of work and they deserve to be recognized. No Jamie Lee Curtis in Best Supporting Actress. Yes. Thank God. No Last Showgirl nominations. It blanked. No Pamela Anderson in Best Actress as well. We don't need any more Jamie Lee Curtis. We've had enough. And Fernanda Torres getting in for I'm Still Here for Best Lead Actress. Again, I must have underestimated the Brazilian strength of the Academy voting body. It must have a lot of representatives because Brazil loves I'm Still Here. It loves Fernanda Torres, and it's just they fought hard and got her Best Picture and Best Actress. So good for them. I haven't seen the movie. I will see it very soon. And my WTFs, and as I'm calling them, it's Emilia Perez. We're gonna have to live with the fact that Emilia Perez is probably gonna win Best Picture, and it's gonna be one of the worst Best Picture wins probably since Green Book. It's just pathetic stuff. Really not a good movie. I think Nickel Boys and Sing Sing are kind of also in this category of just why could we not do better nominating these movies or campaigning for these movies? I understand that you have to campaign your movies and you got to win over your voters, which I think is stupid, but that's the life that we live in at the moment. It's a real bummer that a lot of these good movies are being passed over for the things like Emilia Perez, some of the stuff that Wicked got nominated for. Yeah, just not my favorite Oscars year, unfortunately. Some good to take out of it, though. The Best Actor race will be fun. Hopefully watching Emilia Perez lose a bunch of nominations will be fun. Again, Netflix has yet to have a Best Picture winner, and it seems like Emilia Perez is the closest it's going to get. Whether or not it actually happens, we will see in about a month. But other than that, that is my big Oscar takeaway from the nominations. I will continue to release other movie reviews as we go here, and then eventually, sometime in the next month or so, I'll be releasing my Oscars, the Kovals, the most important awards that could be happening during the award season, where I will nominate 5 people, and I will not give the Koval trophy to the winner, whatever. I don't know. It's my favorite thing to do, favorite video to make, so I'm looking forward to it. But other than that, thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit subscribe, I suppose, and let me know your favorite and your least favorite nomination in the comments. Let's get the comments rolling, I guess. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.